Weeks ago, Stanford's multi-billion-dollar empire was closed down. U.S. Marshals raided Stanford's offices, froze its bank accounts worldwide, and the FBI took his passport off him.
Smoke and mirrors!
He's accused of defrauding investors of billions. Civil charges he flatly denies. The eagle and slash logo hovered over all that Stanford owned. But now, 12 floors of this building lie empty. And here at Stanford Central, all its workers are gone.
Smoke and mirrors!
What used to smell of big money is now beginning to stink of fraud.
And cocaine.
This is a banking fact with a difference.
Snort that out, man.
The boss is accused of robbing his own bank. The accounts say that there is $7.2 billion deposited here at his offshore bank, Stanford International, on Antigua.
Cocaine.
The British receiver has seen the books.
Antigua.
There's $7.2 billion here.
Hey, isn't that where that honeymoon couple got whacked?
Nothing like it at all. There is a deficiency of 6.7 billion.
Hang on a sec. There was that other guy, that cricket guy that ended up dead in his hotel room. What was it? Bob Woolmer or something? And then there's that English cricketer who's been done for bringing drugs into the UK. And then there was that honeymoon couple that got shot, supposedly, in Antigua. Don't suppose they could be related, eh? No, that would be like a conspiracy too far. But what's she saying?
At a few hundred EC, and that's it.
What is a few hundred EC?
A few hundred EC would be
cocaine.
30 quid. That's it.
Cocaine.
Men working for this drug lord, Amado Carrillo Fuentes, deposited
cocaine.
$1 million with Stanford International Bank.
Now we're getting there.
This man Fuentes, who was a drugs trafficker in Mexico,
Las drogas.
died whilst having a facelift.
Several more pretty.
Well, I think probably a change of identity was
and he was whacked.
More the objective of the exercise than an improvement of his features. It emerged that to redeem his money, that the money was the proceeds of drugs trafficking and had been funneled into the Stanford organisation.
Cocaine.
The drug lord ended up in a coffin because medic surgeons were later found entombed in concrete. In 1999, Stanford wrote a $3.1 million check to the U.S. Drugs Enforcement Administration. Proof that his bank had been used to launder Mexican drug money, whether or not he was at the time.
Motherfuckers.
In this recent interview, he was asked, had he been involved with the Mexican drug cartel?
Of course. You're shitting yourself now, innit? Look at that.
The Mexican drug cartel? Absolutely not. Never.
You're not even a good liar, man.
That is something that is absolutely foreign to everything.
You're shitting yourself now, man. Cocaine.
Been caught out 10 years ago. So how come the Stanford Eagle flew for so long?
Well, man, that's
here
smoke
in
and mirrors.
Washington, D.C., the word in the corridors of power is that Stanford may have had another master.
Yeah, CIA, man, FBI.
In the summer of 2006, a team from this building behind me, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, were investigating the Stanford banking empire. By the winter, that investigation had stopped. We'd been told to stand down by another part of the U.S. government. And that raises the possibility that Stanford was a government informant.
It was clear to me at that time that Stanford had a very close relationship with the DEA. It's certainly a fact that
DEA, FBI,
time to time
CIA
hired the services of former DEA officials.
It's all coming out now.
I'm not in a position to speculate on what particular payback he thought he might get from those actions.
Look at that, drugs money.
And the whole thing had a really, really vulgar taste about the whole thing.
Drugs money. Look at that.
It took boring old cricket, added winner takes all, and loads of cash. The winning player in this 2020 series would trouser $1 million each.
Drugs money.
In Antigua, It wasn't the voting that caught the public eye.
The black economy turns into the white economy.
They're actually playing.
And look, he turned the cricketers' wives into whores.
On the electronic screen, like a drive-in movie.
Look at that.
There's this picture of 2 or 3 of the wives and girlfriends
sucking his dick
around with Sir Alan. And the play stopped.
Yeah.
They all looked up at the screen in absolute disbelief.
And their wives are sucking his dick. Oh, folks.
Sir Alan
What's become of you lot?
In terms of the wives,
Babylon, you hoe.
I had no knowledge whatsoever.
Shut up, you lying fuck.
You
You thought you were untouchable, innit?
The English
You thought you walked on water. Well, that's reserved for me, motherfucker.